Hi everyone, welcome on board to Helper.tv.
Nigerians are confused. They do not understand what is happening with the Election Tribunal Court. As you all know what happened after the presidential election, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was declared the winner. Peter Obi, Labour Party, Atiku Abubakar, PDP, took this to the court. They said, Inec, you are a liar. The results you announced are not legit. Inec said, we are an institution of integrity. And Peter Obi, with his own team, said, Inec, if this is true, to prove that you are an institution of integrity, can we have access to the beavers? Let us get data because we have the hard copy and we know what we know. And Nigerians are worried. They're like, you see, this court, Inec, and the federal government of Nigeria, the presidency, they are all working hand in hand. The story, to cut it short, is this. Peter Obi, forget. Atiku Abubakar, forget about this court. You cannot ever win it. This is what the judgment on suit FHC ABJ CS 1454 2022 filed by the Labour Party says. The Federal High Court in Abuja has ruled that only the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is empowered by the law to determine the mode of collecting and transmitting election results. Full stop. That is it. Only INEC has the power, the mandate, the constitutional backing to determine how they wish to transmit election results. If it is electronic, if it is by phone call, whatever way, INEC, they say, is empowered by the Constitution to do as they wish. Now, APC, legal representative, or I've also talked about this, and people are like worried. Now, let us hear from a Labour Party representative, where he made it clear what INEC is saying and what their own stand is. So you will rest your mind if you voted for Peter Obi, so you will know where you stand rather than you hoping. Let us hear what he has to say and we'll meet up again. Do not forget to like and share this video. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel.
Well, while we generally praise the Court of Appeal for refusing INEC attempts to vary the judgment that allow the party to inspect the materials used for election, our major concern is that aspect where the court granted INEC the opportunity not to allow us to inspect beavers. Our concern really stems from the fact that INEC these days is not trusted. INEC will make one promise from one side of their mouth and then swallow their vomit tomorrow. You recall that in 2019, INEC equally promised that they had a server, only for those servers not to be available when litigants wanted to inspect the server that they said they have. INEC have gone out of their way to assure and reassure Nigerians again and again that election results will be uploaded directly from the polling unit to their server, and that people are going to view these results from their server. But you could see that when it was time for people to start uploading the results, INEC said they had a technical issue, even where they have explained to Nigerians that they had backup servers that will roll off and begin to work immediately, even where the main server is having a technical issue. So all of this brings us to the point that even though INEC has assured us and the courts in their affidavits, a counter affidavit, to say that the records in the beavers will be saved in their back-end server, we have our doubts. because this is not the first time INEC will be telling us that they have server, they will upload to their server, and so on and so forth. But the courts, in their wisdom, have given them that privilege, and you could see that immediately they got that judgment yesterday, they shifted the election. So if they knew they were going to postpone the governorship election for a week, why did they go to court to go and vary the order? There was absolutely no need for it, because one of the reasons they gave to the court was that if they allow us to inspect beavers, it will definitely affect the timelines for the election. But surprisingly, after getting the court to grant them that request to configure the beavers, you saw that they immediately shifted the election. So one has a lot of doubts about the truthfulness, about the patriotism, about the character, about the behavior, about the integrity of INEC to do what is right. It is pertinent to put on record that I have always, in all my interviews, go and check, express confidence in INEC. But their behavior and the manner and the way in which they handled the last election have destroyed the confidence completely, which I have in INEC. And so, let's see what they will do again. Let's see the stories they will come up with tomorrow. Tomorrow is here, it's not far. And I want to say that since that order was made, that we should be given the opportunity to inspect election materials. The INEC have not allowed us access till now. We've not been able to inspect materials. Our lawyers have been going there on daily basis. Our technical experts have been going there on daily basis. And we've not been allowed access. And so at times you begin to wonder if this institution, INEC, is really working for the people, or they are working for themselves, or they are working for some people somewhere. So the behavior of INEC is really worrisome, it's disturbing, and I want to say, without pretending about it, that if INEC tells me they are going to Lagos, I'll go and look for them in Sokoto. Well, the truth of the matter was that we were ready for those elections. We're ready to follow the timelines. Our supporters are already on the field. Our agents are in the field. People are in there. We're ready for the elections. But you see, it's INEC who is a law unto itself. When political parties could not upload forms for candidates, INEC said they had a timeline and refused to accede to a political party to grant an extension. When we were to upload polling unit agents and political parties, it's not as if we couldn't even meet up. INEC gave 20th and reduced it to 17th. After series of plea, INEC insisted on that 17th date. INEC said they had a timeline. It will affect the timelines for election. But you could see that with impunity, the governorship elections are postponed and shifted. So INEC does what it likes. INEC seems to be an authority unto himself. INEC is working for itself and their masters. I don't think they are working for the people. So they feel that they are not accountable to the people. And so they have become authoritative. They fix date as they wishes. They alter it at their own time. And Nigerians are watching. But I believe very strongly that very soon in this country, the people will definitely have a say. Well, I want to advise INEC that whoever they think that their pale masters will be, the people definitely, ultimately will have their say. So I advise them that they should be on the part of the people. Democracy is about the people. And therefore, they must at all times remember the wishes and aspirations of the people. Nigerians trusted INEC. Nigerians believed them, believe all their stories, and they have disappointed Nigerians in this 2023 general election. I want to advise INEC that it's in their collective interest to reconsider the paths that they are currently towing.
Welcome back. Now, you heard it loud and clear. It cannot be as clear as that. INEC, the courts, are playing games. Now, you see, INEC already, according to their manual, their policy, and the constitution that backs INEC as an institution, they have been given the power, the mandate to transmit. So it means memorandum of understanding that INEC shared out, telling voters, telling presidential candidates that we will collate and we will transmit to the database, we will do this, it will be electronically done, this and that. All of that, according to the constitution, according to what the law is saying, means nothing. INEC can decide on that day not to transmit it electronically. That is what they are saying. That is what this is all implying, that INEC has a right to do it. Now, these are lacunas that needs to be dealt with. These are things that needs to be looked into. Yes, we are growing. In fact, it seems all of this while we don't know what is happening with INEC and how all of these things are. But now, Nigerians are beginning to see deeper. They are beginning to understand the depth, the enormity of what we are doing, how complex it is. So it means that this constitution, this policy needs to be revisited. So it will give room, permit presidential candidates, aggrieved parties to ask for forensic examination. Not that INEC as the umpire will just come up with a result without clarification, without it being put out there clearly. In fact, what is supposed to happen is this. Immediately people are voting, whatever party you vote for, it should be electronically transmitted immediately. There should be a way around it so as to avoid rigging and all of these very complex things that we are talking about. But look at what it is now. It seems Labour Party, Peter Obi, has lost hope. It seems he has lost hope. It seems Labour Party supporters and fans have lost hope, seeing very clearly what the court is onto. Now, they requested initially that they have access to the beavers, but INEC refused and said, sorry, we don't have time for that. We need to deal with our beavers. We need to reconfigure it for the next election, the governorship election. We don't have time for this. After that, we'll grant you access to our database, our remote cloud database. From there, you can go and begin to study whatever you want to study and compare whatever you want to compare. But that will give you our beavers. You are on your own. And that is it. You see, this is becoming very complex. I mean, it is becoming serious. It is becoming serious. And Nigerians are pushing. Labour Party are pushing. Peter Obi is not relenting. Now, having said all of this, do not forget that the governorship election is also on the way. And you might be surprised that repetition of the same thing will happen. Particularly Lagos State, that is being dragged right now. It is being dragged. Labour Party presidential candidate, they said, oh, you are an Igbo boy. And they are not going to allow or cede Lagos State to him. No, they say he's inexperienced. And they are not ready to give it to Jandor. They say, who is Jandor? And Funke Akindele, they say they are both theater actors. That they are nobody. That they cannot be reckoned with. They say, leave it for Jide Sanwo-Olu. But we know that Jide Sanwo-Olu cannot even perform with this structure or blueprint or Bola Ahmed Tinubu being there. Everything Bola Ahmed Tinubu does is to enrich himself and become more powerful and nothing more. And there are people who are saying, no, let us make these things work. We don't want Agberos on the streets anymore at motor parks. We don't want one lady claiming that it is their father's heritage, that he or she will be taking money from market women. We want things to work more so that Lagos will prosper. And this has been a bone of contention. But we will see. We will see how all of this will turn out to be. What are your thoughts about this one? What are your thoughts? Do you think there is still hope for Labour Party? Peter Obi.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.